like to introduce the next speaker, Mr. Danny Weissler. As mentioned before, he is the son of Max Weissler, a Holocaust survivor from Breslau, who, together with his parents, found safe haven in the Philippines after President Manuel Quezon opened the country to Jewish immigrants fleeing Europe. Following his father's passing in 2022, Danny continues the legacy of his father by tirelessly sharing the inspiring but lesser-known story of the Philippines' rescue of Jews during the Holocaust, weaving in his father's personal experiences of survival, resilience, and hope. Danny, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Leah. Ms. Eileen Mendiola, the Philippine Ambassador to Israel, Dr. Noah Mikaiten, Director, Overseas Department, International Institute for Holocaust Education at Yad Vashem, honored guest. My dad was born and raised in a small village called Chroshich, that is in Silesia region, southwest of Poland, that before the war was part of Germany. On Kristallnacht Eve, a friend of my grandfather, who was in the Nazi local police, told him that he is on the list of Jews who they need to arrest on the next day, and he recommends that he will escape because on the next day he will not be able to help him anymore. More than 30,000 Jews were arrested on that day and sent to the concentration camps. That night, my grandfather fled to Copenhagen, Denmark, and my dad and his mother joined him a few days later. After 6 months, when their tourist visa expired, they were asked to leave. They understood that another destination should be found and not Germany. My grandfather approached the American consulate in Copenhagen and asked the consul if he can assist him with a visa to somewhere. And the consul gave him a visa to the Philippines. My dad and his mother returned to Germany until his father arrived to the Philippines, will raise the money to fund the trip to the Philippines and arrange for the transition visas. In winter in 1940, they started their 2-month journey to Manila with their belongings that were 2 small luggage, with a flight to Moscow, the Trans-Siberian train with a Siberian frost, to Manchuria, China, Japan, and finally with a ferry to Manila. They experienced the conquest of the Philippines by Japan, which although were asked by Nazi Germany to handle Jews in the countries they conquered, they did not hurt them, also experienced the release of the Philippines by the US forces. Unfortunately, only 1,300 Jews came to the Philippines, even though more than 10,000 Jews could be saved. My dad learned to speak Tagalog. My grandmother was killed in a car accident and is buried in Manila. And about 15 years ago, my dad was among the initiators of the Open Door Monument at the Holocaust Memorial Park at Rishon LeZion, Israel. In the last 30 years of my parents' life, they did whatever they could to raise the awareness about the President of the Philippines' open door policy for Jews during World War II to save Jews, and I will try to continue this legacy. My dad's circle was closed when in the last 5 years of his life, he had a Filipino caregiver. I would like to thank Ambassador Mendiola, the Philippine Embassy team, Mr. Danny Dayan, Yad Vashem Chairman, Dr. Noah Mikaiten, and Leah, you, Head of Central, Eastern, and Balkan Europe Overseas Education and Training Department at Yad Vashem. Thank you all for having this event.